tortoise. That treaty, which I read nothing about and completely failed on that test, was somewhere in here, and I'll have to find that. I'm going to find that for you all. The conquest of the Aztecs, conquest of the Incas. We take over the Aztecs and the Incas, and we say, sorry dudes, but we're completely going to ransack all of this. But trades, colonies, and mercantilism. Colonies? What? That's right, colonies. A regime is a government in power. A culture is a customary belief and social form. And what do we have now? Mercantilism, set of principles that dominated economic thought in the 17th century. Prosperity of a nation depended on a large supply of what? Gold, silver, and badillion. If you don't know what badillion is, look it up. Export, to send a product and service to another country. And what do we want to do? We want to export more than we import. How awesome is that? Make more money than we spend. So, remember that. Make more money than we spend, export, import. You got the Columbian Exchange. European nations sought to increase their wealth by exploring sources of precious metals and raw materials in their colonies. Oh my, the Columbian Exchange. All this economic activity created an immense trade network, resulting in the exchange of plants and animals and diseases, smallpox, between Europe, and the exchange of plants and animals between Europe and the Americas is known as the Columbian Exchange. So, what is this? The economic activity and the trade network. They're trading and exchanging of plants and animals between Europe and the Americas is the Columbian Exchange. Recognizes Christopher Columbus's key role in bringing Europe into contact with the New World. It's a complex process, had far-reaching results, both good and bad, on people around the world. Oh, and my favorite, ladies and gentlemen, the Columbian Exchange. From Europe goes bananas, cattle, diseases. My favorite one is like, hey, dude, you give us cocoa, corn, peanuts, potatoes, and tobacco, we'll give you smallpox, as well as cattle, horses, sugarcane, and wheat, which are all planted in the New World and grow vigorously everywhere. And the Indians are like, what in the world is this? We'd love to enjoy it, but we're all dying of disease. So we can't enslave the Indians. Why? Because they're all dead from disease. Atlantic slave trade and European rivals. So this is like a rivalry. It's the race to the moon, basically. We want to get to the New World. We want to claim our land. We want to get our gold. Mercantilism. And we want to get everything we can. The Middle Passage. The forced voyage of enslaved Africans across the Atlantic Ocean to the Americas. So basically, Europe. Oh, it's my favorite. This is my favorite one. Oh. And it is the triangular system of trade. Europe says, Africa, we will give you guns, gunpowder, and cloth. Africa says, okay, for what? And they say, your people. Africa, being the very intelligent people they are, say, seems legit. So they give them their people, and they say, enslave us, take us to the New World. They're taken to the New World. Well, in the New World, they say, here's your slaves, but we want what? What do we want? Pies. When do we want them? Pies. Sorry, Office fans, you'll get that. But they send back sugarcane, tobacco, and other products from the New World back to Europe. Europe goes to Africa, to slaves. Gets their slaves for their guns. The guns are given, slaves are taken to the Americas. The Americas say, thank you for your slaves. We'll give you sugarcane, tobacco, etc. Corn. Back to Europe they go. Plentiful. Food everywhere. Food everywhere. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we did a crash course on this. Don't you know? Were y'all there when we did this crash course? Oh, this is like my favorite crash course yet. Dude, if I can't find that, I'm going to be pretty upset. This crash course said, hey, you know, we went and we freaking, I don't know, we freaking got plants and all that, and we were trading, and this was like civilized and crazy, awesome time to be alive, because now we have a surplus of people and food, and we're being plentiful, and Europe is winning, all of Europe is winning. Also remember the Black Death. The Black Death can be somewhere on your test. It always is. It wipes out a third of the European population. Nothing good came of it. Don't put sunshine and rainbows. It didn't have a positive effect on the economy of Europe. Economy of Europe. That's obvious. May have afterwards, less people. Going to go through a couple important people here that we forgot to mention earlier. Zwingli will be on your test tomorrow. He's a priest. He removed the paintings and decorations. He promoted scripture reading, prayers, and sermons. He could not agree with Luther. He said, "Luther, I can't agree with you. First we were friends, now we hate each other," and then Zwingli dies. Zwingli gets ravishly killed. John Calvin, Calvinism? Yes. Published Institutes of Christian Religion, believed in predestination and justification. Sorry, my TV is flipping out. 16th century, you had the Anabaptist in Munster. They did not kill anything. They separated church and state. They had community, and all believers were equal. And they baptized the adults. Who does that? Also, then you had King Henry VIII of England. He divorced. He was close to the Catholic teaching, and he gave more money to the king. So basically, my religion says, let me divorce my wives, give me money, and the rest of it can follow Catholics. So, you have 3 elements of Catholic Reformation. Why were they important? The establishment of new religious orders, the reform of papacy, the Council of Trent, and the Jesuits. What are the Jesuits? Missionaries. They're going out. The Jesuits are going out. You also have now enforced education, which is awesome, part of the Protestant Reformation, and even seminaries beginning. We'll go back to the slave trade, though. Sorry, a little backtrack there. Didn't want to forget that and leave that out. Slave trade, so important. But now, lo and behold, in the midst of our trading, colonial empires are beginning in Latin America. Social classes. European colonies imitated the culture and social patterns of their parent countries. Latin America was divided by social classes that were based on status. The top were the peninsular... Peninsular is a person born on the Iberian Peninsula, typically a Spanish or Portuguese official who resides temporarily in Latin America for political and economic gain, then returns to Europe. A Creole, papas, is a person of European descent born in Latin America and living there permanently. Other important words. A mestizo, a person of mixed European and Native American descent. Mulatto, person of mixed African European descent. Dude, are we even supposed to do this? I don't even remember. Do y'all remember reading that? I don't remember reading that. You know what? It's chill. It's fine. We can remember those. I tried to keep this video under 25 minutes, but obviously that's not going to work out. We're going to chapter 21. We're almost done. I promise you we're almost done. Look, you're sitting here thinking, I could so do that. I could read my book and answer the questions. But here's the thing. I'm doing it for you. So be happy, be excited, and I do take donations. Go to chapter 21. You got Galileo, all these dudes. Geocentric. Oh my. Geocentric. Earth-centered. Remember that. Planetary motion in which the sun, moon, and other planets revolve around the Earth. Geocentric. Geo. Earth. Geocentric. Everything revolves around the Earth. How about the sphere? That wouldn't even... Heliocentric. Sun-centered. Helio. Sun. Just put that together somehow. He, God, Son, Jesus Christ. He, Son. Heliocentric. Sun. As in, Sun. Universal law of gravitation. Newton's one of his 3 laws of motion. There's gravity, and gravity will force you downward. It's why we weigh so much. 95. Rationalism, a system of thought expounded by René Descartes, based on the belief that reason is the chief source of knowledge. Scientific method, a systematic procedure for collecting and analyzing evidence that was crucial to the evolution of science in the modern world, and inductive reasoning, which is the long doctrine of scientists and what they base themselves off of, and all of that goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we've concluded the bulk of our studying. We've been through every chapter. We talked about Protestants, we talked about Reform, we talked about Martin Luther and Erasmus, we talked about the Medici family. And we're still not freaking done. Also, be able to compare and contrast the Reformation, Counter-Reformation. Go on your own. Look at the Reformation. We went over that a ton so far in this video. Counter-Reformation, though. How did the Catholic Church, what did they do to say, hey, we want you guys back? They did. They went in for like 1 billion years. The Council of Trent went in for like a billion years and finally came out and said, all right, fine, we're sorry, we shouldn't have sold indulgences, we won't do that anymore. Also, the social, economic, political, geographic effects of expansion of empires. Now, economic effects. We're making more money because we're finding more gold, and we're exporting more than we're importing, so we're making more money. We've got the social, economic, political. Oh, how are we going to control this land? What are we going to do? And your geographic effects. Oh, we've gotten here. There's mountains. There's mountains everywhere. What are we going to do? Also, the roles of science and technology. Science. Look at the technology. The maps. We're able to print maps, ladies and gentlemen. This is big news. The compass and a little scopy thing so they drag across the maps. Tools. They have tools. Telescopes. We're going through all kinds of mess like this. We're discovering cells. By goodness, cells. Also, the roles of science, technology, and then the transoceanic interlinking of all major regions. Look, if she puts that on the test, I'll be highly surprised. The transoceanic interlinking. It just sounds like a bulky word, and she's probably not even going to put it there. Hopefully she won't, because I have not heard that word yet in that class, but maybe I'm just zoned out. Da Vinci, the Da Vinci Code, science, art, even a little helicopter thing, awesome. Medici family, Machiavelli the prince. He says, hey prince, I'm poor dude. Here's his letter to you anyway. Erasmus, Charles V, Zwingli. Oh, Zwingli. Tried to start his own religion. Got killed. Calvinism. Pope Leo. You got King Henry, started his own. Teresa of Avila, the Anabaptist. Oh, everyone hates the Anabaptists. Johannes Gutenberg started the printing press. Queen Elizabeth I. Oh no, who did she? We had Bloody Mary and all of them. Queen Elizabeth was a daughter of King Henry. She was a great leader. Never got married though, in case you didn't remember that. Copernicus. What did Copernicus say? Copernicus says, the Earth is the center of the universe. Galileo says, sorry, no we're not. Or maybe it's vice versa. I don't know. Newton, you got his laws on motion, you got his laws on everything from today. We actually did that today, didn't we? We did. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, we did that, and I loved every minute of it. Oh my, this is awesome. We did do that today. Natives were dying in Europe. What was the one thing that response natives have to arriving Europeans? Death. That's one of the funniest things I read all day. I kind of enjoyed that. Find that. That's guys and girls. That is like almost all. Oh, you see the shark there? It's Jericho. I guys didn't introduce y'all earlier. Vernacular. What the burger is your townsperson. Your artisan, somebody like that, just a casual townsperson, your perspective and your fresco, your artistic techniques, you know, I'm over here, over there, went over that, we went over the printing press, Johannes Gutenberg, humanism, vernacular, the language spoken at one certain time in the Anglican Church, Eastern Orthodox Christian humanism, went over that, your indulgences, the Catholic Church was not supposed to sell, but they did anyway, you got Lutheranism, Luther, gotta love him, wasn't for him. You got your Edict of Worms that said, hey Luther, die. Counter-Reformation, what did the Catholic Church to try to fight it? Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition, where we're still getting more into exploration. Council of Trent, trying to revive the Catholic Church. Your Caravel is your little ship that everybody loves. Conquistador is your, you just see a little dude with the metal cap and the pointy thing, just going out there trying to fight for the better of the world. Your Atlantic slave trade, trading slaves back and forth for goods. Middle Passage is the transportation of slaves. Scientific Revolution, the impact of the revolution. Whenever that. I'm going to keep this under 30 minutes. Mercantilism, got your gold, all that good mess. Heliocentric, Geo, Earth's the center. Helio, Sun's the center. Universal law of gravity, we're held down by something. Scientific method, how are we going to, reason for all this. And then rationalism, just be rational. Ladies and gentlemen, that is freaking, that's like 30 minutes of studying. That is awesomeness. That is